Let's answer some of your questions now. And first up is Josh Brown from Bob in Pennsylvania. Josh said last week he would buy J.P. Morgan all day under 100. Does he still feel the same?
I do.
That's it?
I do feel this. I do feel the same.
Well, refresh why you would do that for those who weren't watching last week.
I think that anytime you get a chance to buy one of the best managed publicly traded companies in the country at a 45% or so discount to its recent highs, I think you got to take it, even if that means enduring volatility for the next 3 months, 6 months, because the alternative is waiting for the coast to be clear. And by then, I think the stock will be much higher.
Okay. Jim, next to you, Charles in Manhattan, right here in our backyard. Hey, Jim. I often hear investors talk about their investments as either short-term, medium-term, or long-term holdings. How do you determine which stock fits into those time categories?
Well, you've got to know ahead of time. I mean, I'm a long-term investor. I'm known for that. But there are times, and Scott, we've certainly talked about it with Roku, where a trade comes up, which is short-term. You've got to see it ahead of time. But the most important thing is not changing in midstream. If you make a long-term investment and it goes down, don't all of a sudden get out. Recheck your thesis, because if you get out and then things get better, you're just going to be perpetually buying high and selling low. Similarly, short-term trade, if it goes against you, get out. Don't turn a trade into an investment. Somebody like John Najarian will tell you again and again that's the worst thing you can do.
Speaking of John Najarian, we go to you next, Masood in Stockholm, Sweden. At what price would you go long Spotify? Which is an interesting question to ask after the stock has absolutely exploded.
It has. And tak, Masood, that's thanks in Swedish, Scott. What I would say here is that I think you don't get a chance to buy Spotify again below 200. I think this one keeps going up through 300, Scott. The deal they just did with Joe Rogan, the deal that they may be doing for video on the platform, I think those are phenomenal drivers going forward. And this one is hitting on all cylinders. So I would buy it here, Scott.